Ready? No, there it is now. Hey, everybody!
We're here.
Welcome to our first live Q&A, live chat with your IIS support staff.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, Sarah, why don't you tell us a little? We have 2 minutes.
Okay.
So, why don't you tell us what you had for breakfast this morning?
I had cinnamon Chex cereal, no milk, because I grabbed my breakfast to go. And those things are so good, they taste like churros. So you need to be eating churros for breakfast is what I'm saying. Yeah, you heard it here.
I recently heard that maybe sugar in the morning was not the
There's
the
not
best
that
breakfast.
much sugar in it, surprisingly. It's mostly cinnamon. There's no sugar
When
in
I
cinnamon.
think of churros, I think of sugar.
Well, they just taste like churro. That's why it's a win, a clear win.
The producer has a question.
Can I ask what you
Yes, Pablo Diaz.
The producer has a question. There is nowhere for me to
chat with. Let's enable the chat.
Ooh.
Is there now?
Takes a second. We're on delay over here.
Am I squinting a
Okay,
lot?
just wait.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the control room, see if I can turn it on.
Second, we're on delay.
Dial guest up or down. Okay.
Stream
What
status,
happened?
is good. And insertion.
20 seconds.
Well, everyone, I've never been live on YouTube before. I hope I don't screw this up or say something that will put me on the nightly news.
Keep going. Sarah, why don't you tell what your primary responsibilities are with
I will. So Wes wanted me to talk about my primary responsibilities in innovation and instructional support, aka IIS. And my job, my title is Learning Management System Specialist. And I work primarily with our mobile device management system and also Google and ClassLink. And what else do we have? Power School Learning is a big one. And I also work as a support for our techs who are out on the field supporting you. So if they have questions, they come to me and I help them out with that. So, which is always fun. I like knowing what's going on out there in the world. But yeah, those are like just a sampling of my responsibilities.
What's something that happened this year that you were proud of in terms of your own work?
Oh man, anytime that a teacher knows how to go on and control her iPads or his iPads in the classroom, anytime that they can push out apps and have freedom in their classroom with their student devices, I just feel like that is a clear win because not all schools allow that. Some schools just manage the iPads themselves and they don't give teachers a lot of say. So I really appreciate that our district takes value in that and gives teachers control over their student iPads. There you go.
So I really appreciate that our district takes value in that and gives.
What's happening right now is that Wes and Pablo are talking about
Sarah, we have
Google
a question
Hangouts.
that came in from the audience.
Yes.
That is, how do teachers sign into Nearpod?
They go to, Pablo, can you remember the link to Nearpod? This is my
Hi, everybody.
friend, our director, Pablo. Director?
Get in there, Pablo.
Sure.
Innovation and Instructional Support Specialist.
I'll do half the face.
Yes.
There it is.
So something that happened this year that's super exciting is that we have district licenses for all teachers to use Nearpod at the top level, and it includes ELD.
Correct. So there's
Plugins?
EL support
Yep.
lessons in there. So we'll keep it at that. And more things coming real soon.
Yes. And not only that, but next Thursday, not this Thursday, today is Thursday. Next Thursday, the 3rd, a representative from Nearpod is actually coming to the district and going to be here for Thinking Thursdays and answering your questions.
Give you all sorts of tips and tricks and whatever questions you might have. And if you haven't gotten started yet on your in your Nearpod account, call us if you don't know how to get in. But essentially, you just use your Google account, your MyFSD account.
So you'll
it's pretty simple.
What I recommend doing, since I don't have the URL off the top of my head, Googling the word Nearpod, going into their login page, and where it says sign in with Google, click on sign in with Google, and it will authenticate with your @myfsd account. You're going to be tempted to enter your email and password, but don't do that, because that's just going to get you into maybe an old Nearpod account that you once had. So you want to avoid doing that, because that's not going to give you all the benefits and the thrills and stuff like that. So you want to click on the button that says sign in with Google.
Yeah, so that's Nearpod in a nutshell. And if you have any questions, Sarah can help.
Yep, I can. I recently sat down with Katie, who is our representative from Nearpod, and she did a whole demo of Nearpod, and I was like, why is everyone not using this? Because it's just so incredibly helpful, and it pulls in all the data, and you can integrate it with your Google Drive, and it's just amazing. So if you don't know how to use it, that's okay. Come next Thursday to the fort at the district office. So the fort is located out by the warehouse on the district office campus, and Katie will be here to answer any of your questions. Wes.
Okay, so we have about 12 minutes left.
I see we have viewers.
We're 3 minutes in.
Hi,
we have viewers. Any questions that people have, you can ask them in the chat. Just look to the right side of your screen, and you can ask a question just by typing it in. Sarah, I have a question. I earlier asked you something you were proud of from this year.
Yes.
Is there somebody, as we're just waiting for questions to come in, is there somebody you want to give a shout out to for just being somebody who's learning a lot and you just want to encourage them? Somebody who's been...
Let's see. I'm always really impressed with our long-term subs. This is not a specific person.
That's great.
But long-term subs come in and they have to learn everything that the teacher's been trained to do in a short amount of time. And I get emails from our long-term subs asking for access to their MDM group. And we have how-to guides on our district website. I don't know if you knew that. You can go to fsd.support. Seriously, so easy. Or take those stickers that we gave you at the beginning of the school year that had the QR code and it says FSD support underneath. But if you click on that page and you go to our IIS page, you'll see a little menu on the left-hand side that says tutorials and how-to. Click on that and you'll see a ton of how-to guides for our various systems. And if you feel that anything is ever missing, then by all means, just let us know and we can work on a tutorial for that, because we want to make it easy for you. But I feel like that's our long-term subs are going there and learning how to do things. And then again, on top of that, a shout out to our IATs and our techs at the school sites for helping those teachers kind of, get an idea of what's going on with technology in our school. So shout out to long-term subs, because you guys have like the truly difficult job of making things work and not really knowing necessarily everything that's going on in the district. So kudos to you.
Sarah, since we're ending a school year, but shortly at the district level, we're always beginning a school year. We never know when we're ending and when we're starting. What might newer teachers or even new teachers, at least from our department perspective, how can we help them onboard into our district? What are some of the things, maybe some tips and tricks that you could help them with? Accounts and computer, things that could help them kind of get connected.
Yes, so I feel like so many of our accounts, not all, I'm not saying all, but so many of our accounts are actually integrated with Google. So if there's an option to sign in with Google, there's a good chance that we're using it. Not 100% of the time. So that's something that is like, I think everybody gets so overwhelmed with passwords and remembering passwords, but we're giving you one password to remember, and that's your Google account. And something on top of that, sorry, this is a little sidetracked now. I don't know if anyone is using FSD Connect. I've actually heard a lot of the teachers are using it. Our students use it every day to access some of our systems, but teachers are using it. It's a single sign-on, which means that you can go to, let's see, I'm blanking on all the URLs right now, but you can go to our fsdconnect.fullertonsd.org website and you sign in with Google. And when you sign in, you'll just have a dashboard of different systems that you can sign into. So that maybe that includes PowerSchool Admin, your Google account, Like we can customize it so we can add things that you feel that maybe like the district as a whole needs. We can add those items onto it. You can add your own items. It's just a place for you to like click and it'll take you to a website that you want to go to. But once you sign into that single sign-on with all of the apps that we've added, you'll just be able to click on them and it will take you into your account. You'll probably have to set up a password in the beginning, but it'll remember that password for the future. So hopefully that helps with trying to keep track of the millions of passwords that we have, which is just really so difficult, right? Because there's a lot going on in our lives. You can't remember all those passwords.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
One more question in the sidebar. Do you see it?
Oh, yes. So I got a question. What's your favorite app that you've seen teachers get excited about in the classroom? So this is the first app that pops to mind, and I have a clear picture of it in my head, and I can't think of the name. It's the one where like it's a good way for teachers to communicate with parents.
Dojo?
It's similar to that. What's the other one?
Remind?
Seesaw?
Seesaw, that's it. Thank you, team. I feel like I'm a new parent, and my child's preschool has this really cool app that's very similar, where it can tell me, you know, what my child is doing in the day, and sends pictures. And I think as a parent, I would really appreciate that, as just being able to see the class work that my student is doing, sweet little pictures of my kids in the classroom doing the things that they love. Like, I imagine that has to be fun for the teacher to be able to share that with parents, and also just for the parents to be able to know what their kids are doing during the day, because like we're without them for, you know, anywhere from 6 to 8 hours in the day, and that's just strange sometimes. So it's always fun to see those little updates, and I think it's incredibly user friendly and really like it's just easy for teachers and parents to use, and students for that matter. So yeah, any other questions? I just want to say this really quick. If you ever need a tutorial on, you know, whether it be the MDM and how do I use the MDM in my classroom, or how do I like set up a group for my student to be able to do something specific that maybe other students can't do, or you just don't know anything about the MDM, I will be happy to come and sit with you personally. I know that you guys are so busy, so it's hard to get trainings together for those things, but I'm always happy, really happy to like come and sit down with you and train on the MDM. So let me know. And that goes for PowerSchool Learning, that goes for Google stuff. I can't always help the teachers with Google Classroom stuff and what you're doing in the classroom. That's really a place for our TOSAs, because we're all classroom teachers, our classroom teachers. And so I don't want to step on their toes there. I'm not a classroom teacher, but I watch a lot of good stuff. And, you know, so I need to pass the torch to them on that. But please let me know if you need help. We can get you connected. I'm happy to just come and sit with you and help you in whatever confusion you may have with PowerSchool Learning or with the MDM or ClassLink even. Sorry, ClassLink is FSD Connect. So yeah.
A lot of information might be coming out about how to close out the year with our iPads. Maybe some tips for our teachers and their classrooms on with the iPads. All
right, so we have made it really clear, easy, I'm going to say. We made it really easy for you guys what you need to do at the end of the school year. So today, we sent out an email to your principals. So your principals should have an idea of what date they want the iPads to be collected. And then what we need from you is really to make sure that those student devices are charged. And then when it does come time for your IAT to collect those devices, that the device is charged and it's also erased. And so you should be getting instructions from either your tech or IAT or even principal in the near future. And it will give you all the instructions on how to erase that device so that we can collect those devices at the end of the school year and get them set up for the new school year. So, and we just had a lovely teacher come in, Clinton Mosley. Clinton, do you have any questions for me? I'm live on YouTube right now. Do you have any questions for me? It can be about anything. It really doesn't even need to be about.
What's a common question?
How do you feel about the new?
Yeah, hop in there.
Come on over here.
Right okay, let's go. All right,
if you're coming into the fort, you're going to be on camera.
I love that. I love that. I ain't coming to the fort again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Clinton.
Hi. How
Hi,
are you,
good to
Sarah?
see
Good
you.
to see you.
You
Yeah.
are a fourth grade teacher
I am a
at
fourth
Maple.
grade. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Yes, I am. So my question to you is, how do you enjoy the changes, the updates to the MDM? Do you think it's more accessible, less accessible?
That's a tough question.
Mhm.
Yes, and if Lightspeed, if you're listening, then please listen well.
We love you.
There are things that they've made easier, like adding apps feels way easier. I don't know if you've had that experience. Like the pictures are there; it's easier to find an app. But there is some functionality that is still not great, and I have just got out of a meeting where, you know, they say, Sarah, what have you been doing over the last week? And it's really just a lot of emails to Lightspeed asking them to do things differently.
Yeah.
Or just create more user-friendly environment for our teachers. So know that I'm fighting for you in that. And that if you have any questions about how the new layout is, I can attempt to help you. There's some things that I'm still limited on because Lightspeed is still making changes. So yes.
Yeah, something that I noticed is I was logging in and trying to find, because I'm like the power user at my school.
Yes.
So I was looking to add an app school-wide, but then when they made changes, I had a difficult time finding my school-wide. I could find my account, but I couldn't find the school-wide account. I was like, where is that? And then where's the app? So it is a little hunting. It's almost like a little scavenger hunt now. Was that intentional?
I
turn it into a
know.
game.
Yeah, because it definitely is more challenging, and I am relating to all of you in that because just like Clinton, he's over his whole school. I'm over the whole district. So finding teacher apps is really or teachers groups has become way more difficult. Something that may help you though is that in the little search bar at the top, you can actually search by group names.
Oh.
So you can type in, say you don't know the full name, but you know the teacher's last name, type in the teacher's last name. Well, this is just for Clinton. Oh, he's an admin. But type in your group name even that you know, like I created a subgroup and I know it's out there. You can type in that subgroup and it will pop up. So, and if it doesn't, you let me know.
I won't lie. I think that this is a good topic because I know it's very practical because we're trying to add apps as teachers.
Yes.
And as well as the group functionality where you can put kids into groups. Because let's be honest, we got kids that are kind of not making the best choices.
They took that
so
away from us temporarily.
So, yeah.
Yeah, they took that away from us temporarily, and it was really sad. But I'm really glad that Clinton came in because that's a great question. I'm sure that you guys are feeling that. So I've been told to wrap it up. Please reach out to me by email.
You're not supposed to say that.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. I'm not also not supposed to tell you that someone's going like this to me behind the camera.
I love that. That's definitely a sign.
Yeah.
Cool.
So thank you for
Thank
dropping
you,
by.
Sarah. I appreciate you. Rock. Thank you for hard work.
Thank you,
right
Wes.
on.
Thank you, Pablo. First
a trial
successful Q&A. Reach out to me. I'm not gonna list my email because then I'm gonna get random stuff. So you know where to find me, FSD teachers and staff. All right. See you guys.
Peace out. Bye, everybody.